guys, it's Nina Soul Spiritual Vibes. Today I'm going to be doing a video on the crystal selenite, which is this crystal right here. And I'm just going to be talking a little bit with just different ways that I use selenite and what selenite is, how it could be used, and metaphysical properties, things like that. So selenite, one of the things that I really love about this stone is that it's really good at absorbing negative energy and converting it into positive energy. It's also a really good stone to like cleanse and to cleanse your crystals and to charge them. So different, like a way that you would do it is you would put your crystal on top of the selenite and let the selenite absorb all of the negative energy from this crystal, and it'll absorb it. And the nice thing about selenite is that it's like a permanent filter. You never have to cleanse it, you never have to charge it. It's not going to release that negative energy that it's absorbed. So it'll just keep taking it in and taking it in, and it'll never release it. With other crystals, other crystals do the same thing. They'll absorb negative energy, but they do have to be cleansed and they do have to be charged. So if you don't cleanse and charge your crystal, what they'll do is they'll start to overflow with negative energy, and instead of converting it into positive energy, it'll actually start to like pour out, almost as if you had like a glass of water and you were just pouring more and more water into it. The water will start to pour out over the sides. So that's kind of how other crystals work, is they can absorb negative energy, but there's like up until a certain amount that it'll start to release it. It'll start to release the negative energy. So selenite, like I said, selenite will absorb it and it will not release it. So that's one thing that I like about selenite. I use selenite to cleanse and charge my crystals because it is one of the safest methods of doing that. There's different methods for cleansing and charging, which I had made another video. If you look in like my videos, you'll find it there. It'll be cleansing, charging, and programming your crystals. So in there I talk more about that. But one of the safe methods of cleansing and charging your other crystals would be to use selenite, because it is a dry method. You don't have to get the crystal wet in any way. Things like that. So this is actually a really good method to use, especially when you're just really getting into crystals and you don't really know too much about them. You don't want to just take a crystal and just, put it into a glass of salt water, because you don't know what effects that salt water is going to have on that crystal. Especially like crystals like, let's see, like pyrite. If you were to put this crystal in salt water, it'll fall apart. It'll literally break apart and crumble, because it is a sulfur-based stone. So you don't want to do that with like pyrite, things like that. You can't put them into water. So selenite is a really safe and easy way of cleansing and charging your crystals. So that's one way I like to use it. Another way I like to use it is because selenite is really good at cleansing your aura. So when you want to cleanse your aura, all you have to do is get a stick of selenite, or even if you have we have towers as well. So you could use a tower, or we also have palm stones. And these are really nice for like if you want to get it wrapped and wear it as a necklace. You could be constantly cleansing your aura, constantly. So these are really nice to wear as a necklace, because not only does it cleanse your aura, but it keeps, especially when you're on your spiritual journey, it keeps outside influences from affecting your journey, from affecting you in a negative way. So that's another good thing about selenite. But so when you want to cleanse your aura, I usually recommend using a stick, because it's smaller and it's more lightweight, and if you accidentally drop it on yourself or bop yourself with it, it's not going to hurt as bad. Where if you accidentally drop this on your head, it's going to hurt. So, okay, so the selenite stick is a good thing to use. So the way that you cleanse your aura is you want to make sure you go above your head, the top of your head, and then you just kind of going down like over your face, over your arms, going downward, always downward. And then you go down your legs, and then you would do the same thing for the back side of you. You would go down and go all the way down like that, down your legs, down all the way down to your feet. And then once you're done doing that, what I like to do is I just kind of grab the crystal and I'll just throw, I almost picture myself just dusting it off, dusting the negative energy off and throwing it at the floor, at the ground, where it can be, you know, grounded and turned back into like positive energy. So that's what I usually do. So it's also, let's see, it's good for cleansing your aura, it's good for your stones. Oh, your chakras. A lot of people like to use the selenite, like placing it right here and just kind of laying there and just letting the selenite do its work on your chakras. That's another way that people like to use selenite. One thing about selenite is that this is another stone that you do not want to get wet. I did see a video out there that was talking about making an elixir out of selenite, which you can do, but the thing is that you do not want to get this crystal wet. So if you're gonna make an elixir out of selenite, you would want to take a clear glass of your water and place it either on top or as long as the selenite is touching the glass. But you do not want to put your selenite inside the glass of water, because what it's gonna do is it's gonna break apart the selenite, and selenite is a pretty soft crystal. So that would be like, I don't know, I wouldn't recommend like stirring it in a glass of water and making an elixir like that and then drinking it, because I don't know what type of effects it'll have if you swallow little shards of selenite. I mean, I could imagine it wouldn't be a good thing, but so if you want to do an elixir and infuse your water with the energies of selenite, I would recommend using a clear glass and just putting the selenite like maybe up against it or underneath it, or however it is that you can just somehow keep the glass of water in contact with the selenite. So that's one thing. I'm trying to think of other ways that I've seen selenite used. Oh, I've seen Lady Grave Dancer. She made a really cool video of how she makes selenite oil, and that is a really nice way to kind of get the properties of selenite and put it into an oil, and then to be able to anoint yourself and anoint other things for cleansing and for cleansing and charging and purifying. That's another really good way to use selenite. Let's see. So I mean, selenite is really good for like when you're meditating and things like that. It kind of helps to clear the cloudiness in your mind so that you can get your messages through better, because when I'm meditating, it's because I'm trying to get the messages that the universe is trying to send to me, and you know, things that are like for my highest good and things like that. And a lot of times it's hard for you to kind of like really listen to what it is that you're being told and the messages that you're being given when you got like a bunch of thoughts flowing through your mind, you know. So it's hard for some people to meditate because they got their mind is just constantly wandering. So when they're trying to like sit and just concentrate and meditate and things like that, and they got like stuff flowing through their head, like, oh, I gotta clean the house, oh, I gotta walk the dogs, oh, I gotta do this, oh, what am I gonna make for dinner, some people have a mind like that. Like I think a lot, so like it's like I just got different thoughts going through my head. So it was kind of hard for me to meditate. But when you work with selenite and just holding it, and like when you meditate, it like clears up all those crazy just thoughts that just jump into your head, so that you can better receive the messages that are being given to you. Yeah, so I mean, those are just a few ways that I like to use selenite. And if you guys can think of any other ways or anything like that, please feel free to comment, because you guys could be teaching me something, and I'm just sharing what it is that I know. But I love learning new things. I learn something new every day. So yeah, please go ahead and feel free to comment different ways that you like to use selenite, and why you like selenite. Okay, well, you guys have a good day, and blessed be.